going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 23 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, we're going to be going over methods that you can be using right now to make coins off of the Team Diamond promo in MUT 23. Now, if you guys enjoy this video, if you like it, if it helps you out, make sure to go ahead and click that thumbs up button. Shows a lot of support on the channel, helps the videos get noticed. Also, if you're brand new here, you were searching on YouTube for MUT 23 content, whether it's how to make coins, how to get free players, how to build your ultimate team, you found the right channel for everything. Stay a while, click that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on as well so you guys are alerted when we drop additional videos. Let's get right on into it. A lot to go over, so first things first, Team Diamonds are out right now, and there is a lot of ways to make coins off of these cards. We're going to go over primarily helping out no money spent players, and the reality of these cards and sets, and specifically even the John Elway, is if you're no money spent, it's just too expensive right now. You shouldn't even think about doing these. If you have a theme team and there's like one card you absolutely want, by all means, if you want to go for it, go for it. But really, patience is going to win here. Right now, cards that go into these Team Diamond sets are so expensive, it's so easy to make coin. If you're a no money spent player with 3, 4, 5 million coins, you know what you're doing. This video really isn't for you. It's for you guys who maybe have under $1 million, you're no money spent, you're looking to make some coins. We're going to go over several methods. So if you go into any one of these Team Diamond sets, they're a little bit weird. So they require specific players from these specific teams, like Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, go into the 49ers Team Diamond set. But you also have like a random 88 to 89 overall card. There's a couple random 82 overall cards that it can require. We'll switch to the Eagles. In some case, they require random 86s. You can see we can put a Michael Dixon card in here. And then like 49ers wasn't a good example. With these, there's random 82s and 83s. They also require gold cards, and a lot of them are specific players that you need. So they're primarily going to be 76 plus cards, and these are going up in price if you happen to have a card that's a specific card that goes into a specific set. So these are money makers. Also, team builders, the 84 overall team builders, definitely ways to make profit off of those. And then the 87 overall team affinities, in which you can get one of these for free right now via solo challenges. And we're seeing that on average, like Devontae Smith on my main team, I think we sold him for 130, 140K. Some of these cards are close to 200K. So if you happen to have any of these, what I would do is sell them right now and go back and get them later when they go down. There's also ways to build these, but right now, before too many people earn them for free from the solos and start selling them, I would try to sell as many as you can to maximize your profit. Now, if you don't have items in your binder, but you do have even, 100 to 200 to 300K, we're going to show you a method in which you can make coins. But the first thing I would do is check your binder for what we're just going to say is gold. So I'm in my binder. This is my no money spent account, by the way. So I don't have a lot of resources on this account. We have our squad. We have a few random extra cards in there, but other than that, we don't have a ton. But I do have 2 87 overall team affinity cards. One for the Titans, one for the Raiders. And last I checked, both of these were very close to 200K. Now, they're starting to drop in price rapidly, and that could be because people are getting their solos done and picking the cards and selling them. So you want to sell these, like I said, as fast as possible. But we got about 100K from the Jayon Brown. Nate Davis, last I saw, was very close to 200K. He's already under 100K. So I probably should have sold those. But for video purposes, I wanted to get the video out and show you that these are pretty profitable if you own them. Team builders, last I checked, we're going for roughly about 40K. So if you have these, and again, you're not completing a specific set for your theme team, you should be selling these right now. They're eventually going to hit the ground and be a lot cheaper. They're already starting to go down here. J.K. Dobbins, 28K. We got Jason Verrett. He was like 40K earlier. He's probably going to be, 35K. So these are starting to drop as well. And I don't want to say that's okay, but it's not the end of the world. The main way that we're going to be making coins here is via gold cards and get a gold plus player packs that you can find in the store and buy for coins. But like I said, step number one, sort through, look through your binder, see what cards you have for team affinity, team builders. You can also go to just your core gold cards and spot check your 76 to 79s. The rule of thumb that I am currently using right now is anything that's selling for 4K or more, I'm listing on the auction house. Anything that's 4K, or I should say 3.9K and under, we're hanging on to. And I will show you towards the end of the video what we're going to do with all of the golds that aren't really going into sets or aren't selling for 4K or more. But one more time, step number one, go through your binder, look for value, team affinity, team builders, 76 to 79 overall gold cards. And then, like, all Madden 82s are going for a good amount right now. I don't have any, so I can't really show you. Ultimate Kickoff cards are kind of going for a little bit. These just random promo cards that a lot of people forgot about do have some really, really good value. I think AKA cards, like the lower AKA overall cards, are going for a little bit as well. Let's check this Megatron here. So these were going for about 10 to 15K. They're starting to drop in value. So what you can do is, if you don't have a lot of items in your binder, is you can go into the store, and I started at, I want to say, about 160K is I think where I started at, and I'm a little bit over 200K, just simply buying these Gold Plus player bundles for 36,000 coins. And I'll tell you what you do with each card in there, because you're going to sell a lot of them. There's some that you can't really sell because they don't go for much, but you're going to go over to select offers, okay? And this is kind of a slow method, but if you don't want to jump into any games, or you're bored, or you just simply want to make coins, this is the move. So you're going to buy one of these bundles. You get 16 cards in here. It's 36,000, and it's pretty plain and simple. You want to get enough cards in this pack of 16 cards to make your 36K back, plus more, and of course that's after tax. Anytime you get an elite out of this pack, it's a W. Anytime you get a 76, 78, 77, or 79, what I recommend doing is spot checking it. So we got a 76 overall, Isaiah Wynn. I'm simply going to hit X on PlayStation or A on Xbox, go to auction, and I can see right here under recent sales, this card is barely selling for 2,000 coins. So I'm just going to leave it be. I'll show you what to do with these cards in a moment, but at this moment, we're not going to do anything with it. We're going to move on to the next card out of the 16 within this pack. Hopefully we get some luck here and pull something nice that, can kind of be shown as an example. I'm sure because I'm recording, I'm going to have terrible luck. This is a card that's under 76 overall. I'm not even going to bother spot checking. If you want to spot check everything, you certainly can, because some of these cards could go for more because of other reasons, but they're not in any of these Team Diamond sets, so right now they're pretty irrelevant. It's only 76 to 79s, and then obviously Elites going upward. Right now with this bundle, like I said, because I'm recording, we're having absolute brutal luck, and sometimes you're going to win, sometimes you're going to lose, but in the long run, I do think where prices are at, this could be profitable and is profitable. It's been for me so far. So we got another 76 as it's a punter, and I mean, take a look at this one. We literally just struck gold here. Last 2 minutes, 45K, 8 minutes ago, 87K, 8 minutes ago, 50K, and then 9 minutes ago, 40K. So I'm just going to sell this one, I'm going to say, for about 40K. Now, if you want to be a real stickler and maximize your profit, you would go into your binder, check the exact prices that it's going for right now and list it for that. But I'm just going to go ahead and list it for about 40K. And I actually kind of forgot that the lowest buy now price is actually right under economic information. So I could sell it for 48, 47, something like that. I want it to sell before more people get it. So I'm going to go ahead and go undercut city here and put it up for 40K. And after tax, we pretty much just made our coins back. Now, that's not going to happen every time, right? That's the best one that I've pulled so far. But you can see where the profit can happen within this pack. Now we get an Ultimate Kickoff card. If it's an Elite, it's instant profit. It's a 76, so we're going to go ahead and spot check it. I've pulled this card a few times. It's not really going for a ton. If you want to sell cards for 3K, I wouldn't be mad at that. My personal preference here is I'm not going to waste anything that's going under 4K. So we're going to move on to the next card. We know that we're about even right now from just that one card that we sold. If we can get an Elite or two, we would be in very good shape right now, but we're just absolutely striking out. 75's not going to do it. But I will show you guys what we're going to do with all of these lower overall cards. Let's just keep opening up the packs and see if we can get anything good. I'm guessing this is probably going to be my last one here out of that 16 bundle. It is not. Also, you can spot check rookie cards for whatever reason. Some of those tend to go for a little bit more than others. But we're just, like I said, because we're recording, we got that one good card. We got the unicorn. All right, here's the last card. So 0 elites. I will say I've opened up about 5 or 6 of these bundles, and I've always had at least one elite in there. Now, let's open up one more. I'm not going to record the whole thing, but I kind of want to show you what I do when I come across an elite. We finally got one in our second bundle. You got me all the way effed up if you think I'm going to try to pronounce his name. I know he's a really good player. He balled out when the 49ers were on Monday Night Football a couple nights ago. But as you can see, this card, I'm pretty sure it's a specific card that goes into the 49ers Team Diamond. It's going for about 15, 16, 17K. So I'm just going to sell it. And again, I'm going to undercut because I really want this to sell. We're going to list it for about 15K. Now, before I actually hit submit, what I would recommend is checking MUT.gg/prices. If we look at the pricing guide here for training, we know it's an 84 overall. So I'm going to find 84 overalls on this list. And if I take a look, the target price is about 10.6K. We don't want to sell it for that. So if it's going over that target price based on the overall, definitely sell it. This one, 15K. We're going to go ahead and list that one on the auction house. This is our second bundle. This costs us 36K. We just sold a card for 15. Of course, there's still tax in there, but we're pretty much halfway there to making profit off of our second bundle now. We got ourselves a 78 overall Brian O'Neill. He's roughly selling for a little bit over 5,000 coins. That's over that 4K threshold that we're looking at, so I'm going to sell him for 5K. Offensive lineman, defensive lineman definitely are cards to look for because number one, there's just not a lot of them on the auction house, and number two, if they're a set specific card in which that Brian O'Neill is, then it's going to be a profitable card. Still on our second bundle here, we got another elite, Carlos Basham Jr., 81 overall team of the week. Now, I don't know if this card specifically goes into this set. We're going to find out in a moment. I don't believe it does. But if we take a look, 81 overall, roughly selling for about 10 to 11K. Before we list it, we want to check MUT.gg. We're going to look for 81s all the way at the bottom of the list. On average, those are selling for about 5K. This is double that price, so we're absolutely going to go ahead and list it. And as you've seen me do several times in this video, I'm going to go a little bit undercutty here and go with 10K. And if you notice my coin count in the upper right, some of these cards that I've been listing are selling, and we were a little bit over 190K, I believe, when we started this video. We're at 187, which is a little bit of a loss right now. Still a couple more packs to open, and we have all of these cards that we still have not sold. All of the cards that are either 76 to 79 and not worth selling, or the cards that are 75 and below, and we still have a chance to turn those into profit. So let me finish up the rest of this pack, and then we will show you what we do with the cards we're not selling. And our final card out of our second bundle is a 77 overall. Let's spot check it here. I don't think this one is in a set. I mean, I could try to sell it for 5K because it sold for that earlier, but that was an hour ago, so more than likely that just kind of indicates he does not go into the Dolphins Team Affinity set. So now we've put or listed everything that we want to sell on the auction house, and it's either sold or it's sitting there. Something else just sold, so we're now, I believe, at 196K. You can see a bunch of the cards have sold, including that punter that we got. Overall, we're definitely in the plus. Since we hit record on this video, I think we're about even, but we still have all of these lower gold cards, and it's up to you what you want to do from here. But basically what I'm doing is I'm going to item sets, I'm going over to program, I'm going to core gold, and I'm going to take all of my, and you've heard me do this and seen me do this a million times, I'm going to take all my 70 to 71s, I'm going to dump them in this 72 to 73 overall player set. That's going to return me a bunch of 72 to 73s, obviously. And basically, you're going to roll those all the way up to 76 and 77 overall. So for time purposes, I did all of that, and that's all I have left. I would not recommend going and taking the 76 to 77s and turning them into 78s to 79s. And honestly, if you truly want to maximize every single coin that you make, you would just sell everything. But that takes a lot of time, and time is money in most situations. Also, selling these cards on the companion app is going to be a lot quicker than selling them via console, but you don't want to be on the companion app too much, or you could risk getting banned. Totally not your fault if you do. It's just a stupid auto ban system that EA has, so I stay away from spending, hours on the companion app just for those purposes. But basically, I took all the 70 to 71s, made them 72, 73, took those, made them 74, 75, took those, made them 76 and 77, and now what you can do is basically spot check all of those MUT.gg does have a really cool tool where you can input an overall and sort by price. So you could, look for Jordan Phillips or Rodrigo Blankenship within your binder, and you can see those are some of the most expensive 76 to 79s in the game. The only problem at this very moment is that data is not really catching up to the current market. You can see Kevin Huber is listed at about 14.2K, but if we go into the Kevin Huber card, and as you saw earlier in the video, he's selling for 30, 40, 50, even 80K at one point. So you can use this, but you might need to give it a little bit more time for the market to catch up, or them to catch up to the market is what I should say. So go through and sell all of your 76 to 79s that are 4K and more. Again, if you want to sell all of them, I would not be mad at you at all. If you want to save yourself a little bit more time, the next step after you sell all of those golds is to go to sets, go to program, and down to campus heroes. And as you can see, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, there is a set that takes 4 gold cards and builds you an 80 overall. So I believe it's 376 to 77s and 178 to 79. We would go ahead and complete that set, and that's going to give us back a random 80 overall campus hero card. You can do the same thing on MUT.gg that we just did for the gold cards by sorting them out. So I did this to spot check, and I don't see Emmanuel Agba as being one of the cards that sells for a lot. He's not even on the main page here. So I'll also spot check within game, and if this card is selling for like 12 to 15K, we'll go ahead and list it. One of them did sell for 40K. I don't think that's going to be the norm on this. So if I wanted to sell it, I could, but obviously the 4 gold cards that I used to build this probably are going to sell more individually than this card does for a whole, even when you factor in tax. So the next thing you could be doing is basically building a bunch of these 80 overall campus hero cards, and you're going to use those in turn to build out team builders. Now with team builders, it requires 3 80s and then 1 82. That additional 82 is probably going to be a little bit expensive because those on the auction house generally are more right now because of those team diamond sets. But if you happen to have 82s and you spot check those and they don't seem to be going for much, or again, you just want to maximize profit, you would sell those, or you can go out and start building team builders. But remember, in the beginning of the video, we showed you that team builders are starting to drop a little bit in price. I don't know why the team builder set is not loading right now. And of course, if you build out a team builder set, this is a fantasy pack in which you get to choose the one that you want. Some of these are selling for more than the others, but the prices are fluctuating like crazy. We did the same type of sort on MUT.gg, sorted by price. All team builders 84 overall. And Scotty Miller's 55K, Dwayne Smoot, Zay Jones right under 50K, both Jaguars there. So look for teams. I'm sure the Bills cards are going for a bit because I got that 6'7" tight end. And I mean, if you even want to take it a step further, I don't know if this is going to maximize profit. You'd have to do the math, but if you wanted to take 5 team builders and build out a team affinity card, if those for whatever reason start to go up in price, you can do that as well and build out those 87s with 5 team builders. But I think that's it. There's a lot of different routes you can take. Don't feel pressured to complete these team diamond sets. They're so ambitious. Unless you have 6, 7, 8 million coins right now, you shouldn't even be thinking about doing it. And it's not like unless you're a pro player, you don't need to be the first person to have the John Elway or any of these cards, honestly. Make profit right now. Cards are up, prices are up. You can make a lot of coins, and then just go out and buy the cards that you want, because there's a lot of really good cards that are still kind of cheap. Check out those AKA cards, the Gridiron Guardian Champions, things like that. So hopefully this helped out. I'll probably be doing this on Twitch later tonight. We're going to see if we can take the 160, 150K that we had and maybe turn it into 300, 400, 500K after we start to sell all of these things off. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.